Galacticos Copa del Rey time, finally, after a year. Hopefully we will not field any sanctioned players, so the cup will be over for us after 2 minutes. Let's go with the lineup in a game that should be very pleasant.
Yeah, if you haven't done so, hit like and subscribe. And let's go with the lineup. We think that it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 in this situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, taking into consideration that Marcelo is not going, Keylor isn't going, the BBC isn't going, and Kroos is going, but bro, I don't think it would make any sense to put Kroos on the pitch.
Yeah.
And Mariano is going, but probably, starting on the bench is already a step up for Mariano, so maybe he won't start the game. So let's go with the lineup. Kiko Casilla is the only thing Zidane has fully confirmed that it's going to happen. So Kiko Casilla. On the right, Danilo. Yeah. And on the left, finally, Coentrao.
Wow.
I'm not going to believe it until I see the game start and Coentrao on the pitch.
So hot right now. Big deal.
And center backs, definitely Nacho, another of the players that hasn't played in a while and has come back to the dynamic. And the doubt is if Varane or Pepe will start. I think, thinking about resting some players makes more sense to rest Pepe than to rest Varane.
I think Nacho will definitely start because he also gives us some options in case maybe Coentrao doesn't have 90 minutes in him. He's just come back from an injury. So, maybe he'll play like 70 minutes or something like that, put Nacho on the left, and then throw either Pepe or Varane in.
That is true. And then in the midfield, definitely Kovacic. And I think that two that Mateo was saying will be Kovacic and Isco. Give a lot of mobility, a lot of, let's say, a recorrido, as we say in Spanish, people that can go up and down the pitch to recover the ball if necessary. And then maybe a 3-player line with Asensio on the left, James as a number 10 in the middle, and Lucas Vázquez on the right, and Morata as a sole striker.
Exactly. Yeah, James in that position that he loves to play in, that all Colombians always say, oh, well, James, he didn't play in the number 10 position, that's why he sucked today. Well, this time James, we hope to see a hat-trick or something from James. No, maybe not, but something.
Yeah, something from James, definitely. And the good thing is, having Asensio and Lucas Vázquez on the right and on the left, even though they're very offensive players, and especially I hope to see them more offensively in this game, if we need them to track back and give us defensive work, we know they both can do it.
Yeah, they've worked very hard off the ball. And then the other player here who is going to be in the bench is going to be in the midfield is going to be Toni Kroos. I don't think he should get any minutes at all. This is the perfect match to rest Toni Kroos, and then Mariano up top.
The thing with Mariano is, again, probably Mariano will maybe see some minutes, if the game is being very comfortable and, we can give Mariano some minutes, it'll be good for him to get them. And in the, let's say, unlikely scenario that the game gets complicated and we need another striker to score a goal, then we have the option of Mariano, which makes sense both ways.
Yeah, exactly. Mariano, I like him. I think he's a player that works really hard. He's got a good shot outside the box. He scored a screamer against, if I'm not mistaken, if it was Chelsea or something in preseason. I think he's a great player. He's the typical player that's gonna get these type of minutes though. But it's gonna be a good time to see Mariano for sure.
Yeah, and if he's smart, he's gonna know that if these are some of the very little minutes he's gonna get, he needs to make the most out of them.
Exactly.
And then Morata, this is a game where I think I would love to see Morata scoring goals. I know he's gonna play well because he always does. He has a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy. But this is the kind of game he needs to score some. I'm not saying 5 or 6, but 2 would be nice.
Yeah. He needs to get that killer instinct. He needs to just get more minutes to get that kind of finishing touch.
Yeah.
We know that he did save us against Athletic Bilbao, so that's good. So he's a player that's kind of in a hot streak. So we definitely need to take advantage of that.
Well, about the Cultural Deportiva Leonesa, a second B team, it's fair to say they're the only unbeaten team in their division.
Yeah.
So that's something we have in common. I don't really expect this game to be very tough in a way, but in a way I do because as we were talking with Mateo before, this is definitely the game of the year for this team.
Oh.
So, they're going to leave their hearts on the pitch and they might, if they're, we've seen Real Madrid suffer before with teams that are a little bit organized. So if they are like that, we might see a game that is a little bit more complicated than we are expecting.
Yeah, and also, Real Madrid, we do have a history of struggling against teams from Segunda B, like Real Irún, like the famous Alcorconazo that we hope to remember to forget as soon as possible. But yeah, these are definitely teams that are going to come out. This team is going to come out with a lot of intensity. Like Vitaly said, this is probably the most important match of their careers for a lot of these players.
True.
So we need to be out there. We need to be very, very focused. Also match their intensity. And then obviously with the quality that we have, it should be, I'm not going to say a breeze, but we should definitely beat them comfortably.
Yeah, but that's a good point. You know, if we take this game seriously and professionally, and we are, you know, have the intensity and the professionality from the minute one, we don't have to play our best game ever. But only with those two factors, you know, it should be comfortable. But we have to have those factors. We cannot allow, you know, silly mistakes or mistakes because lack of concentration. There's, we're playing a second B team, so I can do whatever I want. That's something we should, that is the thing that we should avoid.
Yeah, what I want to see in this match is definitely a clean sheet. We haven't had a clean sheet in God knows how long. This is the perfect time. I know it's against a team from Segunda B, from Spanish, the equivalent of third division, but we should definitely have a clean sheet. And we should see matches or a more focused match definitely on Varane's behalf because he's been a little shaky. I know he's a center back and one little mistake can kind of tarnish your whole match, but he needs to be really on it, and as well as Danilo. So predictions.
Well, hopefully everybody will be on it, and if that happens, I would like to see the clean sheet, but I don't think it's going to happen. We've been conceding goals to pretty much anyone. If the Real Galacticos had a football team, we'd probably score on Real Madrid, even though we could lose 10-1. But I'm going to say 4-1 for Real Madrid.
I'm going to go for, I think this was Iñaki's prediction, I'm going to go for the 3-1, kind of as a homage to the Cadiz match that basically was kind of useless for us last season. So yeah, 3-1, 4-1.
3-1, 4-1. Galacticos, let us know what you think is going to happen. What should we expect from the Cultural Deportiva Leonesa? And of course, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the game.